Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. Today is the 22nd of October of 2021. We're only a few hours away from the season of Scorpio. I'd like to wish you a happy birthday. To those of you that I haven't been around, to wish you a happy birthday. Those of you that are Libra Sun. It just so happens, life throws things at you. You're not able to stay on track with your routine. We'll have to take the changes as they come in. I want to wish all of you that have recently had your birthday, happy solar return. And we're getting ready for the season of Scorpio. So happy birthday to those that are on the first day of Scorpio, second day of the Scorpio season. The moon is transiting through Taurus, everyone, and it's just passed over Uranus. So emotionally, we may have been feeling stressed out. How did you cope with the full moon, that full moon in Aries? How did you go? I had a really hard day yesterday. It was a very low vibrational day, so I didn't do hardly anything. Those of you that are waiting on personal readings, not many of you, I'm still pretty okay and on track. Thank you so much for your understanding. I'm working on personals today. And for those of you that are on Patreon as well. Now today I'm taking messages from the Llewellyn tarot deck. This is the first deck that I ever bought. So it's my second tarot deck. The first one was gifted to me through the mail. So this is my first purchased tarot deck, and I thought I would use it today. 22nd of October. We're at the end of the Libra season, getting ready to move into Plutonian energies. Scorpio, we know, is very transformative, and a lot's going to be happening with the sun transiting through Scorpio, as Mars is also going to return to its home sign of Scorpio in a few days. So lots of transformative energies. Let's see what the messages are today. So it's the Llewellyn tarot deck. I'm using the energy oracle cards and the spirit of the animals today. So let's see what's going on. Whenever you receive this message, I suppose the energies, it's what we're reading. So this message would be important for you when you receive it. Wow, Ten of Swords, not surprising at all. Something is ending. Something has ended and hasn't been easy. Okay, let's see. And as the sun's transiting through Libra, obviously it's all about trying to come into harmony. Relationships could be ending. Any legalities as well. This is a chapter that is closing here, obviously. Knight of Swords, very much the card of truth. The Knight of Swords comes in very quickly. He's severing ties with this pain, this hard ending that's playing out in our lives right now. Knight of Swords could also be communication, information coming through relative to anything cerebral, anything spoken, written, communicated. Okay, so not easy energies. And 11 swords, right? 11 is Libra. It is the card of justice. Let's see what's going on. And we've got the 6 of Wands. So we've got more so Aquarius and Leo energies here. As I've been mentioning recently, we've had the retrograde planets, 4 retrograde planets turning direct these past 10 days. So things are starting to move right now. We know that the Ten of Swords, you could see she's in a position where she can't really move. She's expecting either news or is needing to end something in her life so that she could move forward to find her balance and her harmony. This could be related to work as well, because the 6 of Wands is a card of work. It's a card of success, recognition. Okay, balance, harmony, and it's also for me the card of ego. So someone's ego has been tamed, feels as though someone's been pushed to the curb here. And because I don't read reversals, I do feel that this is a humbling energy, generally speaking here. So someone who is in a position of power, or someone who's very successful, they've got maybe a little bit of an inflated ego, which is the shadow side of Leo. Leo can speak to what we're creating, can speak to children, can speak to romance as well. So there's been a humbling energy happening here. I want to take this card because it's calling me. And we've got the Three of Swords. So what I get with that, for there to be balance, because the Three of Swords is an imbalance, it can speak to, yes, a heartbreak, a disappointment. Maybe this is, and I'm going to mention also because the planets that have turned direct are still moving through their shadow phase, which is saying to me that, yes, they're starting slowly to move forward. But remember, I'd like to just bring your attention to what I was saying recently about Mercury moving through Libra and trining over to Jupiter in Aquarius. So we know that air signs are connected through a trine, which is 120 degrees. It's positive. But as I've been mentioning to you, we get 3 chances to get something right. Now, Mercury recently trined over to Jupiter, but remember that they're still moving over their shadow degrees, the degrees that they retrograded over. Beginning of November, it will be the 3rd and last chance. That will be like the gift that comes through the effort that's been put in. So I feel here that because the general message here is something's needed to close up, to end, and it's relative, as I said, to this Knight of Swords, whatever this means, and this does speak to action, right? Can you see that the riders here are back to back? Which means they've turned their back to each other, or someone's closing up something from the past. Remember, retrogrades do speak to past matters, and they're now maybe looking towards the future. What they're fearing for me is the Three of Swords, or someone is going to be left out of the equation. Someone is falling out of the equation. Okay, because justice is playing out here. Where there has been an injustice, someone's going to get their karma. Remember, 3 swords: disappointment, heartbreak, wound, an open wound. So initially what I see is that the potential is for success, but this person is fearing that either they could be hurting someone in the process of what their truth is, or someone is being hurt or has got regrets concerning, I don't know, maybe even being the third person in a situation. And it doesn't have to be a love situation. It could be just a third person. It could be a family member. It could be anything to do with work. Remember, 6 of Wands does speak to harmony. Here there's an imbalance. Here there is a balance. So that's what I feel this is. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. There is the potential. Here we are with the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a gift. This is something long-term. This is monetary. This is stable. This could speak to an offer of let's move in together. This could also speak to someone who's been trying, because the Leo energy that I spoke of can speak to creating something, a business, right? It could speak to children. This could also speak to someone feeling as though if they've been trying to fall pregnant, fearing that they won't be able to succeed. But because this could also speak to it's a seed that's planted. Whatever this seed means for you. Okay, so we've got some earth here as well. Now, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and we do have some earth, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's take a sneak peek beneath that. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles. That is very, very interesting indeed. Because we've got two tens. A cycle has ended, no doubt. Now, with this culmination, this full moon in Aries, which area of life is Aries for you in your own personal birth chart? Those of you that are familiar with your birth charts, where is Aries and Libra? Which axis is that? That's where something is ending, and it's not an easy ending because it was not an easy full moon. I had a very, very hard emotional day yesterday. So I'd love to hear your comments. How was your day yesterday? I did practically nothing. I sat all day and just watched a bit of TV. Not TV, no. I don't watch television anymore. I just watched a couple of movies. Just did nothing. I vegged out on the couch. How was your day? Let's see what the energy oracle holds here. Ace of Pentacles. Something long-term. This is a potential. Will you accept it? Something has ended here. Remember, Ten of Pentacles speaks to family. It speaks to a group effort. It speaks to the generations. Generations could speak to the past, right? And when we talk of generations, we would be looking at the fourth house of Cancer, which is the past, our heritage, our parents, our family. That's Cancer, and Cancer is, the house of Cancer was in square to this full moon. So someone's getting uncomfortable. Something has ended here for a new beginning to start. This could even be someone going through divorce. Let's see. The cards are just jumping, so I'm going to take these three. They are insisting that I take them, so let's have a look. We have door to value. A door opens here. There's the broken heart. So something that we thought would be of value would bring us a sense of security. There was either a disappointment here, but the Angel of Balance is saying that the Angel of Balance to me is very similar to the Temperance card. And it's only a matter of timing. Angel of Balance, which is saying that there will be healing. This is a disappointment, but remember what I said with that third trine with Mercury and Jupiter moving through Aquarius. Beginning of November. So in about 10 days, roughly, 10, 12 days, we will probably be seeing that whatever this heartbreak was, whatever this ending was, whatever this ending or this disappointment was, maybe there's a chance that Spirit is saying it's all happening in divine timing. Fairness, justice will come through. Hope is here. Healing will be here. Okay, that not all is lost. That's what I'm getting. And we've got a 4, a 9, and a 12. So what I get here is a 4. 4 is the house of home. Matters to do with the past, parents. Where we feel safe, secure emotionally, physically. 9 would be the house of Sagittarius, that 9th house, which could say that it's all a matter of timing. Remember, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is moving direct, covering the area that he retrograded over. So as Jupiter is getting ready at the end of the year to move again, to ingress into Pisces, which is its home, and this can also relate back to May until July of this year, there was something positive happening. There was a sense of freedom as we took off our masks and were able to walk on the street without wearing a mask. So there's a sense of freedom that we could be coming back to, revisiting at the end of the year. So maybe Spirit, because it's a 12, which could speak to December, and the 12th house, 12, remember 12 also is the Hanging Man, which is saying maybe it's time to look at things from a different perspective. Maybe someone's, sacrificed a lot, but they're dealing with a karmic situation that Spirit is saying, hold on, it will be dealt with and the karma will end. The healing will come through. Maybe in the time of December, the time of Sag, I would say. So remember, the 9th house is all about spirituality. It's saying hold on to your beliefs. Even though there's been a disappointment, the angel of balance is here, saying that balance, fairness, justice. And this, again, it rings Archangel Michael for me. We've got a 13 and a 3, 16, which does equal a 7 again, which is the Chariot. This can speak to long distance travel, short distance travel for others of you, overcoming obstacles. Let's see what the spirit of the animals. So it's interesting that we've got the 10 of Swords and an Ace of Swords here in the Knight's hand. Remember, this is action orientated. And then we've got a 10 of Pentacles and an Ace of Pentacles, which both speak to 11. I don't know, for some of you, as the sun is going to leave the sign of Libra, which is in the next few hours, you could have some clarity on, whether there is the potential for the work that's being done to come into balance, harmony, fairness, justice in all relationships. Let's see what the angels have, the animals actually. We've got Lion and Higher Calling. Beautiful card. And the Lion, we know, is a leader. It's all about leadership. And as you can see here, we've got the male lion and the female. So a couple here. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. So it does speak to someone that's in a position of leadership. And it's as though we've got the mother and the father here. People that are in a position of leadership nevertheless. People, and this could speak to people that are in positions of power, as the word noble, and even the 6 of Wands does speak to nobility. It does speak to someone who's in charge again. And this is talking about going within and knowing that you've got the courage. Whatever has ended, there is the potential for newness here. This card is really bothering me, and I really need to look at it. Just to give you a little bit more clarity before I end this reading. And again, it does ring Leo, the lion, the 5th house, which is what we've created. It's the fun house. It's the house of children. It's the house of romance. It's the house of risk-taking. And it's the house of the heart. Let's see. What is this Three of Swords, please, Spirit? We've got the Ten of Pentacles once more, so it does speak to family. There's the Chariot, which I mentioned before. Someone is ending a situation. They could be wanting to move house, or they're leaving family behind, moving out of home, and they're moving towards a wish fulfillment. That's a beautiful combination there. And it does speak to Aquarius, the star. So as I mentioned earlier, the Leo-Aquarius axis is quite strong here, very powerful. And if you notice, I do remember the last reading I did, we were talking about the stars again. I do feel it's got a lot to do with with Saturn and Jupiter now moving direct in the sign of Aquarius, which is the house of wishes and dreams. It's the house of something new. Someone's following there, even though they've been going through turmoil trying to move forward. It hasn't been easy for them. Aquarius, Cancer, and Earth. Someone is challenged to move forward, to close up a major cycle, maybe even something that gave them a sense of financial security. It's time for them to move on because the stars are pointing to something new. Spirit is calling and saying you are meant to go elsewhere. This change needs to happen, even if it's a difficult change. And it's never easy closing up major cycles in our life, but we have to follow our calling. The star does speak to hope as well. So interesting. If you remember back to the time of end of July and end of August, we had 2 full moons. One at the end of July and one at the end of August, both in the sign of Aquarius. So a lot's been going on July, August. It's now time. Whatever was going on for you at that point, it's now time. That's what the star is asking. That with Jupiter now moving direct, and I would say for many of you, this wish fulfillment could also, because you may still be going through the suffering, through the difficulties, the potential is here. As long as you perceive that wherever, and you need to follow your calling, you need to trust, because I see doubt here with the Three of Swords. Okay, 11, 14 swords. Maybe the timing wasn't right for the move, for this physical or emotional move. And again, the period of Aquarius is going to be a very interesting one if this is in relation to love, even partnership, because in the time of Aquarius, Mars and Venus will be dancing around in the sign of Capricorn, which Capricorn does speak to emotional growth. So some of you are needing to take on the position of leadership, even though it's hard, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, but the rewards will come through. That's what you need to remember and believe in. Okay, everyone, I think I will leave it there. I want to thank you so much, sending you lots of love, lots of light. I will be back. Look after yourselves. Love you so much.